Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. Today, we're wrapping up our series on Druid subclasses in the brand new Player's Handbook. We've talked a lot about how they've changed from being a second level choice to a third level choice, about how the wild shape implications have shifted around, how Druids work. But today we're talking about one of my favorite Druid subclasses. In fact, it might be my favorite amongst all of 5th edition. Circle of the Stars. The Stars Druid was introduced in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, I believe, and it was absolutely phenomenal then, and it actually hasn't changed that much. Obviously, you get it at level 3 now, and that is different, and you have to work with the new Druid chassis, but overall, the subclass hasn't really been tweaked. I'll get into the details of the subclass here in just a moment. Before I do, though, I'd like to let you know Relaxed Fantasy Review has memberships. For just $1 a month, you can support me here on YouTube and get a couple benefits. First, you get a little badge next to your name in the comments, letting folks know that you're a supporter. Also, you get early access to my videos. I upload videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I upload them a day early for members only. And you get to enter the VIP room in the community Discord. The community Discord's open for everyone to join, but members get to enter a special VIP room where they get to talk directly to me about the channel and about D&D. If any of that sounds interesting to you, you can click the join button just down there next to the subscribe button. And if it doesn't interest you, that's fine. Like I said, the Discord's free for anyone. You'll find links in the video description and in the channel description. And just being here at all, liking, subscribing, all that stuff that costs nothing, is a wonderful way to support me. So thank you for watching my content here on YouTube. So, Stars Druid. Level 3, you choose your subclass, and straight away you get your star map. This is a magical object. You can use it as a spellcasting focus. If you lose it, you can do a 1-hour ritual to get it back. While you have it, you have the guidance cantrip always prepared, and you have Guiding Bolt always prepared, and can cast it a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier for free every day. So, yeah, Guidance and Guiding Bolt. That's basically what you get from this feature. Guidance is a solid cantrip. It's really, really good. Guiding Bolt is a fantastic low-level offensive spell. Not sure I'd use it in the higher levels of the game, but in like tier 1 and tier 2 of the game up to like, level 8 or 9, I'd still be utilizing this to grant advantage and do a bit of radiant damage. And if it's free, yeah, I'd definitely throw this down a lot. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. The other thing you get is your alternate use for your wild shape, your starry form. This allows you to utilize a charge of your wild shape and enter a starry form, causing constellations to appear on your body. Lasts for 10 minutes, or if you go incapacitated or choose to end it, it can end earlier. And when you do, you choose a constellation, one of 3. If you choose the Archer, you can use your bonus action, both when you use the feature and for the rest of it. You can use your bonus action to fire a starry bolt at a creature within 60 feet. It's a ranged spell attack. It does a d8 plus your wisdom modifier radiant damage. Very similar to a spiritual weapon type of thing. You also can go into chalice form. Whenever you heal a creature with a spell that uses a spell slot, any creature within 30 feet of you, which can include yourself, gets another little bit of healing, a d8 plus your wisdom modifier. This utilizes something like Healing Word well. If you've got 2 allies down, you can Healing Word 1, and then the other one gets extra hit points for no action economy. Or you can just pile it on the same person, or you can give it to yourself if you need it. You can even heal yourself and then do this. This is a nice buff to your healing. And then there's the dragon form. When in dragon form, whenever you roll an intelligence check, a wisdom check, or a constitution saving throw, or concentration check specifically, not any constitution saving throw. So, intelligence check, wisdom check, concentration check. You can treat any roll lower than a 9, or 9 or lower as a 10. This is basically the rogue's reliable talent, but specifically for mental stats, intelligence, wisdom, and concentration. Meaning if you're concentrating on something that's super important to keep, then going into dragon form is a great way to ensure that you will keep your concentration. I think that overall, this provides a fantastic variety, a sizable buff to damage and to healing and to concentration, and you could even use it on skill checks out of combat if you wanted. Since Wild Shape lasts 10 minutes, yeah, this works. I give this 10 out of 10. It's my favorite thing to do with the Stars Druid, is to go into Constellation form. Then at level 6, you get your Cosmic Omen. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can consult your star map and roll a die. It doesn't matter what size die, because you're looking for evens or odds. If you roll evens, then for the rest of the day, a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, when a creature makes a d20 test, so an attack roll, ability check, or a saving throw, you can use your reaction to add a d6 to that roll. Now, it does say that you have to do this when they're about to make the roll. So you have to declare it first. If it's an important skill check, an important attack roll or save, you have to use your reaction before they roll the die. You can't do it after the fact. The other thing you can get if you roll an odd number is Woe, which does the exact same thing, except it's against a creature. Use your reaction to debuff them, subtracting a d6. That's what the point of the thing is. Basically, you walk around every day able to buff up your allies with whatever they're doing, or debuff your enemies, whatever they're doing. This can obviously come in really handy if you're trying to stick a saving throw effect, or if you're trying to preserve an ally, you could use it to buff their save. There's a lot of things you can do with it. Wisdom modifier times per day is a decent number of times you can do it. I think this is worth 9 out of 10. It'd be 10 out of 10 if you could do it after the roll. If you saw they were about to fail and you could try to save them, but you have to do it beforehand, so you could waste it potentially, but I personally wouldn't care about wasting it if it actually worked. Anyways, moving on to level 10, you get Twinkling Constellations. This is a buff to your starry form. The Archer and the Chalice, the ones that added a d8, either to a ranged attack roll or to a healing spell, now go up to 2d8, which is a decent time for them to scale to that, going up by 4 or 5 points of damage or healing at level 10 every round. That's good. Also, if you go into the dragon form, you have a flying speed of 20 feet and can hover, so now you have flight. And this is a nice time to get concentration-free flight. Not just concentration-free, but concentration-protecting flight, because you still have that buff to your concentration checks from earlier. What's more, all of the forms get buffed, but now, at the start of your turn, while you're in starry form, you can change the constellation. So, if you want to default to the dragon, so you have a flying speed, but then you're about to do some healing and you're not in mid-air, you can shift out of your dragon form and go to Chalice and then heal on that turn. Or if you default to the Archer and you're normally making bonus action attacks, but then enemies rush you and you need to get out of there, you could shift over to dragon form and fly out. There are lots of ways that you could utilize this, and the fact that you can pick every single turn to shift if you want to, doesn't take any sort of action economy, no bonus action, no nothing. You just pick. This is absolutely fantastic. It is what takes starry form out of amazing and puts it up into top tier, and I give it 10 out of 10. And if that wasn't enough, level 14, you get Full of Stars. When in starry form, you become partially incorporeal, giving you resistance to standard weapon damage, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. I think damage resistances are awesome. I think damage resistances that are common are better, and bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing are the most common. I mean, we might see differences in the new monster manual here coming out soon, but for now, I'm giving this 10 out of 10. This is a fantastic feature, and I don't think it comes on too late. Some people think that, well, by this level, creatures aren't typically attacking with bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. They have, magical damage. Yeah, boss enemies do, but what about the standard enemies? You're still going to be fighting minions throughout dungeons and throughout adventures, and most of them use weapons, which this helps with. I still think it's 10 out of 10 throughout the game, and this is a fine time to get it. Overall, the Stars Druid gets a 10 out of 10 from me. It really hasn't changed much. This is basically the same subclass we saw back in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and I loved it then and I love it now. The changes to Druid haven't really shifted it a whole lot. It's basically the same and it functions just as well. Wild Shape, has changed, but Starry Form hasn't. The spell lists are basically the same. The Cosmic Omen still works the same. Yeah, it's just good through and through, no matter what you want to do with your Druid. Be a blaster, be a healing and support character, focus on your concentration, whatever. Stars Druid's got you. 10 out of 10. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below. Have a look for the join button down there, and keep your eyes peeled for more subclass reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.